What does it truly mean to understand? Not to memorize, not to accept someone else's words, not to blindly believe, but to understand. This word, understanding, is one we hear so often. We use it daily, yet rarely do we pause and ask, do we really know what it means to understand something or someone? The dictionary may tell us, understanding is the ability to grasp meaning, to comprehend. But is that all? Is understanding simply repeating a definition handed over to us? Or is it something far more intimate, far more alive? When you truly understand, it's not just knowledge resting in your head. It's a shift in perception, a quiet moment where clarity dawns. Not because someone told you, but because you saw it directly. Understanding is not borrowed. It is discovered. Think about it. You may know the definition of pain or love or fear, but until you have felt them deeply, lived them, faced them, you don't really understand them. So then, is understanding the word, or is it the lived seeing, the direct insight into what is? Since childhood, we've been conditioned to connect words with meanings. We associate symbols with feelings, beliefs with truths. We hear the word tree, and an image appears. We hear the word freedom, and a memory or idea surfaces. But here is the question. Do those associations equal understanding? Or are they just echoes of conditioning? Layers of thought piled up through centuries. True understanding is not just attaching words to things. Words are symbols, labels, shadows. Understanding is seeing beyond the labels, seeing the thing as it is. The word love is not love. The word anger is not anger. The word peace is not peace. To understand is to meet reality directly. Without the weight of words, without the burden of conditioning, when understanding arises, something remarkable happens. Insight is born. Clarity replaces confusion. Simplicity shines where complication once lived, and a calmness naturally settles in the mind. Understanding is never violent. Have you noticed? Violence, whether in words, actions, or thoughts, comes from not understanding. We fight when we don't see clearly. We argue when we cling to opinions. We hurt when we cannot understand ourselves or another. But when there is understanding, there is no need for conflict. Understanding dissolves it. Understanding is like a light. And when the light is on, darkness disappears. Not by force, but by its very nature. But how can we come to this place of understanding? Not through effort, not through guilt, not through trying to force ourselves into clarity. Understanding comes when we stop resisting what is, when we look without prejudice, without projection, without the filters of the past, when the mind is quiet, truly quiet, not because it is forced, but because it is attentive, alert, and deeply listening. From this stillness, understanding flowers, naturally, effortlessly. It is not something to be achieved. It is something to be uncovered. And the beauty is this. Once understanding blossoms, relief follows. A release of the heaviness we carried unknowingly. A freedom from guilt, from fear, from inner conflict. So, the power of understanding is not just in knowing definitions or reciting ideas. It is in seeing directly, wholly, without distortion. It is in meeting life as it is, not as we were conditioned to believe. And when you live in understanding, you live in clarity. You live in calmness. You live beyond violence, beyond fear. Understanding is not just knowledge. It is insight. It is freedom. And maybe, just maybe, it is the most powerful flower we could ever allow to bloom within us.